Are you ready to pal around?
Mike, I was born ready.
You're born ready. Because we're playing the hot new. Oh God, I'm already like, this is already going to be a thing. Palworld, the video game is here.
The Pokemon Scarlet DLC looks really different.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they really mixed it up here. They added crafting to it. It's kind of just like, what is this? I need to give this guy, but look at these new guys.
That is a big monkey.
Yeah, so just getting a little ahead of it. There's an equivalent to, I guess you could say, like shiny Pokemon, or more specifically, the thing from. I don't think you didn't play Legends Arceus, did you?
No, I'm familiar with a lot of what is going on.
Yeah, so there's a thing in Legends Arceus where like the Pokemon can show up bigger and are have slightly different stats and abilities. So like a similar thing is going on here, where I was running around in the environment and I found a giant monkey.
That is a big monkey.
It's like a bigger version of that monkey. I got a big monkey. But yeah, Palworld. Boy, man, this game had
phenomenon.
This game had quite the weekend. Because we're playing a couple days after its release. We're recording this video. Basically, it's had an interesting weekend in more ways than one, both positively and negatively. Because oh boy, the internet is all over with this. And it's,
oh my God, there's a paraglider.
Yep, paraglider, everything. Unavoidable to talk about some of the things on the internet while also trying to talk about this game, I feel.
Yeah.
So
it's a hot topic,
So I do want to like kind of mention a lot of those things and kind of where we stand. We're getting rated. But I also have a lot of feelings and thoughts about the actual game itself. This game is an early access game. It just released on Steam and Xbox, and you can play it if you have it on Xbox. You can play Xbox Game Pass. This is a fun bug that I've seen multiple times, where it's like you're getting raided, and then all the dudes just get like frozen, and they just chill over there. They just stay. If you don't go down there and go interact with them, they just stay there and like never move, and like they just hang out. Or I've literally had this happen like I want to say like 4 different times, and out of those 4 times, only one of them like actually activated properly, and the enemies like rushed up, and then me and like all my dudes as they came into my like area here, all my pals just like wrecked them immediately, and then it's just like it was over in like 30 seconds. So you can see pretty riveting raiding event here.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah, right. But yeah. So this game came out and kind of just exploded in like a way that like happens sometimes with like these random Steam games, especially one in this vein where it's like a survival kind of crafting sort of game.
This is like perfect prime for the explosion, basically.
So this came out, and like as of like this recording, I think they recently said it had already sold 5 million copies. It is already.
That's like that happened. 4 million was like yesterday. I'm like
exactly
out of touch because it's been
exactly.
A day.
So yeah, so due to the nature of it exploding and just like people being like, "Holy shit, what is this?" They've like everyone's been playing it, and like a lot of also like people like in the game industry and media have been looking more into it, and there's definitely some questionable things that could be an aspect of how this game was developed and made. There's the one of the lead guys there at this development studio had tweets going back like a year or two ago talking about generative AI. So people are like throwing around like, oh, these monsters look almost exactly like Pokemon allegories, like this big green monkey looks pretty similar to a certain green monkey in Pokemon. So maybe people are thinking they used AI or other things. Like people have been ripping models from this game and Pokemon games and putting them side by side, and seeing some of them are like almost a near identical in like some of their statures in a way that's like not easily like that is like almost like not a coincidental thing that can happen. So maybe that is what's happening. Again, none of like it's like all kind of allegations. There's no like real full on investigations happening. That's really up to like people like lawyers and fucking people at Nintendo and Game Freak to figure if they want to go beyond that. I personally think they probably don't actually really fucking care, if I'm just being real, because it's like, in my sense, like, this game is like popping off and it's super successful, but like seeing you're playing it, like I feel like this is just going to be another one of those games that like has its kind of big moment here in this like first month of the year, maybe a little bit into February, and then like, you know, we're going to completely forget about most people in our circles are going to be completely forget about this game in like, you know, a month. So I don't. I think I've set myself on fire.
Oh God. You have shields?
Yeah, you can craft like a shield, which I've done.
The thing I'm expecting to see continue is like the narrative more than the actual game.
Yes, itself. They're like, and to tell you, as somebody who's played, I don't know how many hours I played, like not too many. I would say maybe like four, maybe 4 or 5 at most.
Okay.
Like, I honestly think some of the discussion around the ethicalness nature of the game potentially is a little bit more interesting than some aspects of the game. Oh God, I've having too much wood to grab at once. Okay, no, we're good. I've had that happen before. I've had that happen before where I like grabbed a bunch of wood and I was so over encumbered I like literally could not move. Like, you just are stuck in place. And I'm just like, well, this sucks. Okay, but that didn't. Okay, I can throw my wood in here, so I'm gonna do that.
Like, it's funny people talking about, obviously this game blew. It's like highest concurrent player count of a paid game on Steam ever, which is insane.
Or it's in the top 6 games to have reached over 1 million concurrent players. Yeah, so it's like it's pretty insane. Like,
it's crazy
how much that's already happened for this, and it's only been 4 days. It's pretty wild to like see a thing happen like this. But like a lot of these games usually like garner that kind of approach, because like crafting survival games can be pretty popular, but definitely not a lot of these games. Like there's some that have come out and have like staying power, but also there's some that are like a lot of like, they come out and have this moment and then they kind of
like Valheim is like the last one that I can think of that's really big. Obviously, it wasn't on this scale. I think it was pretty big.
It had a big moment for sure, and like admittedly, that's kind of like just kind of vanished a little bit, and it's
still a game. You know, you can still play it.
Play it totally, and like I could see that being probably a similar case to this game, because now, you know, discourse aside, you know, just actually talking about the game, I just, you know, at least want to talk about some of that stuff because, I want to just, people inform, you know, watching the video inform as I do this. But now actually playing the game, like, it's a survival crafting game. Like, if I feel like I've played 10 different games like this. So like, it's really not really inspiring me as much as even though you have the silly animals with you have the pals and the guns. It's basically, I had to make a bunch of beds. They're all going to bed. But the whole thing is like, it is one of those survival crafting games where you can see I got my axe and I can chop trees and make wood and other stuff. But also,
crafting benches.
But also, I can, you have, it literally works like Pokemon Arceus, where I can see down below I have a bunch of guys I've caught or even hatched from eggs, and I have a little party, and I can just throw them out and be like, hey, what's up? Look at this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this weird little lizard dude.
Oh, that guy's cool. Yeah, I think like,
and I can go fight other dudes and capture ones, and then when you capture them, you bring them back to your base, and they all have like little traits where it's like, oh, hey, this one can do your lumber like your wood chopping or gathering materials for you, or stone and mining, and like they basically are just like automating the crafting game loops for you. Like, that's basically what the pals are doing for you.
It's clever. That makes sense.
Yeah.
To me, like, this game blowing up and all that, like, I know because I've gotten really into Pokemon recently. I just finished the Scarlet DLC and really liked it.
Mhm.
Like there's obviously like such a huge market for Pokemon. It's like the biggest franchise in the world.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, yeah, the PC players have been hankering for something like this forever. Like that's where the Nuzlocke community lives. It's where randomizer community lives.
Totally.
Stuff that like I know is massive. Like those are such huge parts of the Pokemon community, and they don't even exist anywhere where those games legally exist, right?
Yeah.
So something that is like trendy still, you know, although I think survival games are probably at like the tail end of their trendiness. We're starting to move more toward like extraction shooters and things like that. But it's trendy. It's on PC. It's cheap. It's like what, $20, $30?
Yeah, I think it's $30, and if you have Xbox, it is on Game Pass. You can play it through Game Pass if you have an Xbox.
Yeah, which is great. But just like thinking of it that way, it's like, oh yeah, of course this blew up. I can see why this would reach the amount of people that it would reach. I can see why there's kind of like a clamoring for it as well. This all makes sense to me. We are in that part where it's like, okay, but how's the game? Is this going to have legs? Is this game going to improve? Because like the things that get to me more in these situations are like customer awareness, right? Like I knew that this was an early access game. We've known about this game for a couple of years. Like I remember that first trailer dropped. We were reacting to it. I think it was Game Awards, like absolutely buck wild.
Yeah.
We were like, oh my God. But
oh God.
You know, that I don't know if that's going to turn into a game that exists in perpetuity, because so many, like, I don't think about, what's the other big one? Pokemon clone that was on PC.
Probably you might be thinking of Temtem, maybe.
Temtem, yeah. I don't think about that game ever.
Yeah,
I forgot its name.
Yeah, like that's definitely been a weird aspect of this whole thing too. With this game is like there are people who are like, I mean, again, like the whole generative AI discussion that came up with this game, because like the one of the lead guys at the dev studio were like. Was like being like, wow, look at this. Like the tweets were I mean, I get why they came up, because they were pretty inflammatory in terms of like literally like a year or two ago. And he's like, hey, look with generative AI, we can make non-copyright infringement Pokemon, which is literally what this game is.
Tweet, yeah.
So it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's, you know, I get it, the question that, but like there are also other people who work on this video game, and that it could not be the case. So like there's no real solidified like information with that. And also like the thing, like also like the other aspect of like, you know, if this was like some big massive corporation, if this is the other way around, right, and like a little indie studio made with like, you know, 5 people, which, you know, I don't think that's what I think Pocket Bear is a bigger studio, but this is just like a general example of like, if you had like a tiny 5-person studio make a game and like this, and like make Pokemon like creatures and designs, then you had the other end where then you see like a new Pokemon game come out, and it's literally just like whole cloth ripping designs from that. Like people would be a lot more. I think I would be a lot more upset about that aspect rather than like this studio just made a Pokemon. This tinier studio made like sort of a Pokemon ripoff thing. Of course they did, because Pokemon is popular and like sells millions and millions of games, and like, you know, this game sold 5 million copies for their one game. Pokemon games come out yearly and sell like 2 or 3 times that. Yeah. like I'm not gonna. Yeah, at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna be too boohoo about, you know, them making this one-off sort of mediocre currently, at least in its current state, in this early access state, is I find kind of mediocre, like a game that is like
fight that elephant guy.
I have a bow and arrow.
Like you're just murdering him yourself. Yeah, it's so fucked.
Yeah, and I can throw a thing at him, and then like, oh boom, I caught him. And
I appreciate how quick that is.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. So yeah, like, you know, that kind of stuff. Like I'm not gonna be like be like, oh no, this poor giant multi-million-dollar biggest IP in the world corporation company is like getting their things kind of ripped off. Like, whatever, man. Like,
yeah, I'm not ho-hum about that part of it.
Where if it's like if it's other thing and it's like, these are, a smaller team being more affected by like some large corporation can be like, yeah, fuck that. Like, what the fuck these people at this like corporate things for, banking off of corporate greed or whatever. But regardless, I think I've gotten enough of the discourse discussion out of my body. But yeah, like kind of, as you can see, like now I've like kind of automated my sort of base to like make some materials for stuff. I've tried to start like exploring a little bit more. Let me see, like here's my map. It seems like a relatively like big area. You can see I've started kind of going around and like, this fast travel points, you can use but these are mainly like, I think you have to actually go to them and then you can fast travel. I guess these like they have like marked. You can see these are like, I guess, sort of boss level versions of some of the guys I've met, and like it kind of shows you where some areas are for some of these guys. Like there's level 15 Pen King, big
the Pen King,
Memorist. Yeah, see there's
another thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I see the big guy. Another thing, there's a regular size monkey. I do like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still uncomfortable just with the face situation.
Yeah.
We're at that point with Pokemon where it's like, yeah, there's kind of a Pokemon for everything. So when you see like Grass Monkey in another game, it's like, yeah, of course it looks like a Pokemon. Everything looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that, again, the AI component of it is questionable to me, but
it's for sure questionable, but exactly, like I definitely question it a little bit too and that kind of stuff, but it's like, hey, we don't really know if that's the actual case yet or not. Like nothing in, it's people just kind of like assuming things off of this, and like it being, internet discourse, it's taken to the most extremes.
Yep.
Where like if you play this game, you support like the ending of the entirety of the artistic creative mediums being ended by this large thing or whatever, and it's like, good lord, people, like it's not that deep. Like I really just I'm really over the amount of like it's just hyperbole. All this hyperbole, and just here's a fast travel point, by the way.
Oh, okay. That's kind of like Genshin-esque.
Yeah. So now I think I have to be at one of these to do it. Yeah. See, now I can transfer to those. I got a tech point for finding these. You do like level up. You can see like I'm level 11. Leveling I can get from just like anything. Like I can battle and catching and like crafting things. So this is how you like basically get more like crafting things.
Research tree, baby.
Research tree. Yeah. So you can see now that I'm level 11, you can see I have a bunch of stuff, and it keeps going. Like,
Oh yeah.
I think it goes up to like 40 or 50. You can see, and it's like the pretty typical crafting stuff, right? So you can see like, oh, here's a Giga Shield, a better version of like the little like personal shield I have on now. Here's the guns, like the guns.
Gun.
Yeah, here's just like some guns. I have a shock grenade. So you can see like, the weapons do come. Here's Axe 4. That's funny. I think they just maybe have not finished those.
In text, yeah.
But yeah, you can see like that's the thing. Like I will say like I've not really, the whole titular, it's Pokemon with guns. LOL.
Yeah, the guns are later.
They're like basically kind of, from all intents and purposes, I can see like they're like the end of the game, pretty much from what I found. Unless maybe there's just some out in the world I can maybe find or something. I don't know, but we'll have to see. I admittedly like there's some aspects of just this world that are just like not really like, you can see like there's like they try to go for like the like I guess like Pokemon and Zelda motifs of like music. Yeah, it's like completely silent until like the music, like you start doing things and then music kicks in. And I don't know if that fully works for this because it just
that's not the vibe. I don't think.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to have like a little bit more ambient stuff in this, and you can see just like like to me like it just feels like a little bland in terms of like it's one of these games that you can do all the things in those games you do, and you can if you like that stuff you'll definitely like probably like this game to an extent. But for me, like these aren't really like my first like these are usually not games I usually am attracted to because a lot of it is this where it's just like I'm kind of meandering through these like aimless areas, and like it's not really like there's not like a lot of active stuff going on. Like you can see like the pals are around and that's cool, but like at least like at the moment, maybe this changes later in the game, who knows, but like they just they like you don't really do anything unless you interact with them. See, I'm just like, hey, what's up?
Interesting. Yeah,
they just kind of hang out, and like I've not ran into ones that are like, oh, like you can see there's one fun up there. Like it's not like they don't really seem like interested in you unless like I can, I can attack them and then
hitting them with your fucking axe.
Yeah, I can hit him with my axe. Like even like I'll like I have one of my pals. Like see they do run away after a little bit, but let's see if I can find one. Here, there's one of those little elephant guys. I'm just gonna throw my dude. I'm just gonna throw my dude at him, and it's like it doesn't engage anything.
Oh, I was hoping they would just start fighting.
Yeah, exactly, right. And it's just like no, they don't. You then have to go unless I'm doing something wrong here, and maybe I'm not aware of something, but like that's all I can do. Like,
just holding the axe near the face.
Yeah, just yeah.
It's
just like it's like you still have to initiate the fighting to like actually get that, and it's like, like I guess I can maybe send it out and then here, attack aggressively.
You'll find him eventually, little guy.
Come on. Maybe it's because those dudes walked away. Maybe you need to be closer to some dude. I don't know. Here. Okay,
What's
here.
His name? Foxy Park?
Fox Parks, it looks like, or something like that. Yeah, so he just doesn't care. He's just like, whatever, I'm around. And like, to be fair, again, like I've seen like some later gameplay stuff, and I know like there's like technology things, like Fox Park harness. If I craft one of these, I can then use the little fox as like a literal flamethrower, which is like silly and weird. But it's like I do have to craft that. But it seems like that just makes them into a weapon. And I've seen like even later ones where it's like there's like a rocket launcher you get, and you can load like the little penguin dudes, like these like little penguin guys into it, and you just launch them. So like there is like ridiculous stuff, but it seems like it's not really late. But irregardless of that, it's like I wish the pals themselves were just like this dude doesn't care that I'm hanging out over here. He's just like it makes it just kind of feel a little lifeless to me.
Yeah. It's like people were just so pissed about Scarlet and Violet,
Yeah.
and they're like, it should look better, it should be better, it should be Unreal Engine 4.
Right.
And hey, that's what this game is. I just was like, I was gonna say earlier, like, yeah, I mean, it looks like a UE4 environment.
Yeah, it looks. It is. It is a UE4 game. It absolutely has like the vibe of that, like those memes where it's like Nintendo hired this man energy, like memes, where people just make the most obnoxious things and like try and make like a Nintendo game in those, and they just kind of look bland. And this game is like just one of those to an extent. Like, so
yeah, if you don't play these kinds of games all the time like we do, though, I don't think this is going to come immediately as bland.
Yeah,
right? And then you get the pals and stuff. Like, I see the in for this to like bring in people that don't normally get into these things.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely see a little bit of that too. And like, I think people who do like these games will probably enjoy this to an extent. And like, there's like a whole multiplayer aspect of like you can set up your own servers with, I think it's like up to like 30 people or something, and you can play it like one of those games where you have like your own like bases with people, and you can do stuff, and there are human NPC enemies that I ran into like once in a base. I was gonna see if I can try and find them. You can shoot and fight them, and like your monsters fight with you, and everything, and it's like
kill the people.
Yes, yeah, you can just straight up just run up and murder some people with your monster dudes, with your pal friends.
God, we do need to see that actually.
Yeah, so I was gonna run around and see if I can find one of those places. I do have this like the syndicate thing. I don't know if it's like that's like marked.
Oh,
my like it says it's like a tutorial mission. Okay, it is actually. It is. I guess a tower is what's marked on my map. So I'm assuming that's what that is. I admittedly have not really been like super close to that, because like a lot of the other tutorial stuff was like, hey, just do some stuff. Oh, okay, those dudes are fighting over there. Okay, that's new.
Oh,
I've not seen these guys like doing this.
That's a big elephant.
Yeah, these got big elephants.
They're fighting each other.
Yeah, they're like fighting each other. Okay, there you go. Okay, That's cool. At least I've not
That's
seen
cool.
I have not seen like that level of
Maybe
active.
high level enemies are the only ones who
Yeah.
get aggro.
Sure, that maybe it is something like that where it's like higher level enemies or certain types of pals will maybe like fuck around more. Because I have seen that elephant guy around in other areas, but like it's similar where it just kind of like walks around and just doesn't really interact with you, and it's just like, okay, what up?
Ugh. Every time I know, like, we don't even have to talk about it because it's like it's just a thing that these games have. But every time I see a food meter and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I got a refill my
Yeah.
food meter, I just get so fucking depressed.
Yeah. It seems like I will say that there was like I unfortunately don't think I can change it at this point in
There
the
was an option
game.
to turn it off.
I think there was, but like like when I first like made a new game and like made like a world, it did give me like 8 billion options to be like, hey, you can like modify like the catching rates of like the pals and all kinds of options. So like if you're getting that granular, I assume that was one in there. I didn't look at every single one in that list. Okay, so this is like a tower. I've not really been around these towers yet. So let's see what's.
I believe this is where like the boss fights are.
Yeah, so let's get a
Where
fast
you fight,
travel.
like other trainers. I don't know if they're called trainers, so forgive me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I've not seen anything to indicate that's like there's like trainers of any type, because like literally the game just opens and you like are like it's like literally the start of one of these games where it's like you wash up on the shore and then like some pals are like looking at you and then you just like walk up a hill and it's like, hey, build a base, and it's like all of my quests are literally like the little tutorial blips up at the top corner.
Oh my god.
Tower of Rain Syndicate. Okay, join
Let's
boss.
do it. Boss
Okay.
battle.
Let's try it. It's level 11. I think my pals are around that generally, so I think I might be okay. I have no idea how this works, so we'll see how it
I've
goes.
seen this. Yeah.
Okay, she's got
Cool outfit.
knockoff Zangoose. I mean a completely original.
Or Electivire.
Monster.
Kind of
Yeah.
like a mix of both.
Yeah, it's kind of just both. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. Like a lot of the designs. I can pull up the PAL decks or whatever after this, and there's like some that are like they are like, you know, I would say it's more a little bit slightly more original designs. There's some that are pretty blatant copies, and there's some that are like this where it's like they put them into like one of those Pokemon fusion like things, and it's like, okay, look at this. They like fuse the Pokemon. That's cool. Okay, Zoe and Grisbolt. Okay, I'm gonna throw this guy out. Have at him. All right. Oh yeah, he's got some health.
30k health. Geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like conceptually, this kind of reminds me of like Genshin as well. I know I mentioned it earlier, but
Yeah, like this dungeon thing, but in particular, yeah, like reminds me of some stuff in dungeon. Okay, I'm at a arrows, so let me.
great. Can you craft them on the fly?
But I don't think so. No. From what I've seen. Oh, yeah, there goes my shield.
Damn, 257 damage.
Yeah, I don't think I was fully prepared for this.
Now, it did say make sure your pals are in peak condition, Mike.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, no capture rate.
Steal this girl's Pokepile.
Yeah. All right. Go, Malpaca.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna go well. Take my axe. It does like.
Syndicate Hawks. I like that little dodge flip. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. Let's throw out this icy guy. Have at it.
I like this music.
Yeah, it's a little dramatic. Oh, yeah, he freezes him. Heck yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it'd be nice if I could like throw out multiples. I don't know if I can figure out.
No, because I assume like you're supposed to be doing this with other players, and they can.
Yeah, that's probably what it is too. Because when I hit the button to like throw one out, it just like immediately returns my other pal. Or maybe that's like.
That did a lot of damage.
Yeah. And like I honestly also don't know if there's like the Pokemon aspect of like this type is weak to this type. I'm assuming there maybe is, but like I don't really.
I was gonna ask about that. Yeah,
I've not really looked into this because I've not done like that much like combat like this because there's not really a lot of like this. Like this, it seems like these boss battles are really like the. All right, you're actually fighting, having like a fight against another person thing. Ouch. What the heck is...
necessarily. I was kind of expecting her to like be shooting like arrows or something at you, but yeah, she's not.
Yeah, I don't really know what the use of. I'm guessing maybe there's I guess there's other there I go. I figured I was gonna get got. I'm guessing maybe there's like other later things in there that like will let me do the like in that other crafting menu I have. Will let me do some stuff. Okay, wait, I'll travel back to where.
Back to base.
Back to base. That pretty much gone as what I expected, because I've like not really done much combat, and like I don't like I said I have a bow and arrow and some arrows. That's kind of been my
no assault rifle yet.
No rifles or anything like that. But yeah, let me craft some stuff real quick. I did get another bow, so which is like I can craft 3-shot bow. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
That is
yeah, because
that's a craft.
Yeah, because that's like some aspects here. Let me see if I can
have a pal help you out.
Yeah, because usually it'll go faster if they like grab it with you. And these guys like they like very like to go to very specific things sometimes, and are just like go please go do this crafting thing.
Yeah, maybe that's like another type thing. Do they have types? Can you like? Is there Pokedex? Yeah,
there is a PAL Dex. And like that one does like do crafting like this because like I definitely had times where I've been sitting here doing this and one will like just run up to me and start like and it'll make the thing go faster and stuff. But it seems like once they kind of like really pick something, it's hard to tell them to go like, okay, go do that. Can you go do this for me at the moment? Like it seems like there's not a lot of that at the moment. But again, that could just be early access. You know, not everything's implemented fully yet, kind of stuff. So let's just slowly.
Yeah. Someday I'll get this 3-shot bow. Hey,
I got
an arrow, like the bowstring is tough.
Okay, it looks like that just replaced my other bow already. That'd be nice. That looks like it did.
Maybe it's an upgrade.
Yeah, and then I got a bunch of arrows. I'll do like 20. I think this is not as fast. This is not as long, but. Since I'm doing 20, it might take a minute, but...
God, these pals making arrows.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, now that means later pals will be making bullets for you.
Yep.
There's just...
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There is, like, a moral thing just that exists within the world.
Yeah, there's definitely, like, this game will absolutely become just like a sweatshop animal sweatshop simulator game in the later parts of this. 100%.
Big fucking monkey with the axe.
Yeah. Yep. It's amazing. I also have that one that bugged out and is like stuck up inside the tree. But he's still chopping wood. But like when they like
going for it.
But like when they go to bed, you can see like they'll all go to their beds and sleep, and I was just stuck in the tree, and I just like I don't even know. It's like, all right, I'm gonna get him out, I guess, and then. This guy alone is just like, I will literally not stop making wool.
I need wool.
You cannot stop me. And it's like, I'll never need this much wool. Somebody's been going crazy on these trees on the sides too. Like, dang. Even though I have the tree things there. Okay, so let me dump all this in the chests.
Thanks, pals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wanna see this. PAL Dex.
Yeah, so PAL Dex is you can see some guys I've seen so far. You can see you got the owl.
Wow.
Get this little cat guy. They're all around these areas. Lift monks. I saw a Thwack. Spark it. Pretty similar there. It's something, right?
Interesting. Nice tail, Spark it.
Yeah. There's a Vixie. Let's look at this one. Hey, pretty.
That one I saw pictures of that one.
Pretty. This one too is pretty much. I mean, granted, it's like an anime cartoon.
real.
But granted, it's like an anime cartoon rock, but still, yeah, it's like pretty like, hey, this one.
It's funny because like I completed the Pokedex in Scarlet. Recently
this
again,
thing is very similar. You could say.
Yeah, I've seen some of this before, huh?
Yeah.
The face on that one. Really
some of these birds are like, this thing is one of those fusion ones. Like, look at this.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, look at this guy. That's clearly there's like a Pokemon fused with another thing. This thing is weird.
That's what's that one Sega game that nobody liked?
A Knight's Enemy is the big elephant guy. There's the Grisbold guy.
Grisbold.
I just saw. So there's over 111 it looks like at the moment. So some pretty questionable designs in there. So I get people kind of being like being like, hey, let's look into this a little bit more and figure it out. But like some are also just like whatever. Like this
that big fucking monkey dude. Every time I see it, it just gets me so good.
Yeah. But there's some that are just like, you saw like this. Yeah, those guys kind of cool. I'm into that.
I mean, we could do this all day, right? Like we could pull up Temtem stuff, and I'm sure we could.
Yeah, there's tons of other indie games. Temtem, like there's like Koromon, which I think we did a Viewpoints of. I think maybe last year or the year before. Nexomon's like another one. I know, like and then yes, like you're totally right. Like those will vary as well. Like I'm sure they will have some similarities or inspirations or whatever, however you want to put it. So whatever. So it's like that kind of stuff is just I think unavoidable.
There's
to an extent
1,026 Pokemon, I believe now, somewhere in the 1,020s. There's a lot of designs. There's a lot of Pokemon that look like other Pokemon.
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it is the nature of the beast to some extent. So it's just funny. It's all very funny to me.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
People get real upset about Pokemon. That's for sure. Oh wait, like no matter what end of the spectrum of the conversation you're on, people just
the people who actually play the games are unhappy, and then like people and then people who like defend it religiously, even though there's like fair criticisms, like are also like just kind of hurting themselves by.
As someone who's like just recently gotten very into Pokemon, it's so weird. It's
so weird. It's so weird. And I think some of that just happens with like franchises that have been around for so long and have like changed and shifted.
People get weird about Zelda too,
it's a lot of Nintendo properties. I specifically like these cats because they just do not stop.
Ooh, I almost said a Pokemon. There's a pal behind you. That guy.
The goo guy. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he looks very familiar.
Goo Moss. Yeah.
I love his face.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's pretty good. I had them like planting seeds for me for a little while. They were a good time. I was like, okay, look at that guy. Here's that big level 38.
Dude, Mike, I am like, bro, I want to catch all of them, right? Like I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm like,
you've been broken.
What's happened to me?
Yeah, I'm so easily caught. See, this is like another thing I'm talking about. Where here's like this.
He's chilling.
Yeah, and he's just like does not care about any of this. He's like, hey, what's up?
Got a boss meter if you want him to. But...
he's a level 38. He's a big dude. He'll probably fuck me up if I start fighting.
That guy's also level 38. He had 1,400 health. That lady boss had 30,000.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
He's level 11.
Yeah, it's a little too much. So let's see. I want to try and find like one of those little syndicate. Like I want to go like find people to go mess with. I will say I found like another thing I also found was like a cave. And it was like a similar thing to that tower where it was like a instance thing like you can go into and it had like, hey, this is up for like 10-15 minutes. I guess you can go in there and do stuff. I didn't do it because it was like I like just started the game and was just wandering around. But I'm also curious like what those entail as well. If there's like people in there to fight, or is it just like I'm assuming different kinds of pals, maybe rarer ones or something.
Yeah, maybe like an instance pal boss fight where you can catch a rare one or something.
Yeah, something like that. Let's see.
Like the idea of like having a bunch of friends and playing this together does seem fun, but like that's kind of true of all survival games and B all Pokemon games.
Yep, pretty much. Like if you are a person who has like a group that are into these games, I'm sure like you are already probably playing this and like will have probably a better time than I will. But that's just I think long term for me, I don't see myself playing this much more personally.
Sure.
But yeah, you're right. Like I do get aspects of the appeal, and like I am curious to see like if anything does actually pop off with like if people would do like official investigations, if like Nintendo's gonna like step in or Game Freak. I don't really think they will personally, but who knows? They might. I don't know.
I didn't think so before the 5 million. Now it's like maybe like there's going to be at least some comment somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. There's a Sparket. These are new.
Oh wait, new pals.
Oh, okay. Okay. These guys want to fight. Okay. Look at that.
Okay. Well, they're level 5. You can take them.
Yeah. I'm gonna send my. Oh, guy just launched him. Okay.
It's just like this is such a game that would be like a full hour and 20-minute conversation on Irrational Passions podcast, because I know for a fact Tony and Scott are playing wherever they are. They're playing this game.
Yeah, they're into it.
They're so, because this is just like textbook them in general.
Sure.
And they both like Pokemon, and just like weird random Steam games is like exactly their jam. Like I remember when they talked about Tarkov for so long.
Yeah.
And like that's a very similar thing where like in my head I see Marathon is probably going to come out and just be like the popular Tarkov.
Yeah.
Because Tarkov's kind of niche. And this is like, it's just one of those for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's Rust. It's every one of these that has ever blown up. It's the biggest one.
Yeah, it's just one. Yeah, that's in the current. It's got the zeitgeist and the like, just like enough twist to it with these little creatures and
the pals.
That like people will. I want to catch one of these guys.
To be fair, we kind of knew, like we've been talking about this for the last few weeks.
Yeah, like I would totally was saying like like literally 2 weeks ago, like when I was like, oh, this is coming out in January. Like I was looking forward to it, but then you just play it and then you're like, oh, this is just what the game is. Okay.
Yeah, it's
just
I will say it's exactly what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's weird because like I feel like in the marketing material, especially that initial trailer, it was all guns.
Yeah.
They didn't show the bow at all. So knowing like, oh yeah, of course it's got the survival like build up to having better weapons.
The whole loop of it all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love the PAL designs, right? Just because they are so weirdly juxtaposed. I feel like if they played with the juxtaposition a bit more, it'd be fine. But I do kind of like the environment designs and stuff like that. I'm a sucker for a UE4 looking game.
I've definitely been. I'm definitely mixed on all of it. Where it's just like
sure.
Sometimes like a lot of the stuff just clashes. Where it's like you have these weird like cartoony creatures, but like a little bit more realistic looking
super
areas.
Realistic environments, and then anime characters that are kind of somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. So it's definitely like a little bit of a weird.
The girl with her
to it all, but
Grisbolt, she had a cool outfit on though.
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
So yeah, I'm curious what they
like this.
Yeah, it's like a nice desolate church area. Okay.
Oh. Again, what's the lore, Palworld? What's going on?
Yeah, there really is not much going on here. With like
what is the Pal God?
Yeah, I've not really gotten any lore deep dives here.
This is what I was going to ask.
I know there's
climbing.
Yeah, there's like
these. It's just Breath of the Wild climbing. I guess.
I found the statue like this before, where like there's like these like little green statues you get. And then you can come back to these and like enhance some of your stats and things.
It's a very good looking, not Lucario.
Yep, we have Lucario at home very much. I've definitely seen that image of that guy going around with those around for sure. Okay, I'm gonna keep just wandering here. So I really was hoping to find like a base, like one of those little like bases with like actual humans to go fight. Not really. I remember there was one I think there was one that was close to that tower. So maybe I'll go back over there because I did run into one. So I don't know if like enemies respawn at those if I do them.
Yeah.
So I can try going back over there.
I imagine with like how this there's probably some instance reset for enemy spawns.
Yeah, like definitely like trees and other resources definitely respawn over time. Is that just like a bunch of mining racks over there? Oh yeah, holy shit. And it seems like you'll be able to like I'm assuming you could probably set up like multiple bases because like it is a pretty big map. I'm assuming you could try and have multiple bases or something. Like you can get full in on it if I think you really wanted to. I don't know if like the early access nature of it, it might only have like so much to it, to be fair. But I mean, I think if you have like a bunch of people you're friends with that like kind of are into these games, I think you can get a lot more out of it.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like Valheim or Rust or any of that. Like you're gonna have fun because you're playing with friends.
I would think I'm fucked because I had 7 to 4 where I ran a stamina, and then when you don't have stamina, okay, no, there's land here. Oh, I can just
don't drown. Thankfully,
yeah, you do. If I didn't have a place to stand, you would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because or a place to stand there. Yeah, I would have just been stuck in the water because you like can't climb up out of it. I had that happen to me before, and I was just like, well, I'm stuck here, I guess, until I die, and then I had to reset.
The sweet release of water-based death.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go across this. I think I can make it. So we'll find out.
That animation for opening up the glider is just so Fortnite. It's
yeah.
Just getting such flashbacks. Here we go. The stamina is pretty brutal. It kind of another Genshin
it's
reminder for me.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I can like when you level up, you do get like stats you can allocate.
Sure.
So like you can like go more into stamina, but yeah, I definitely am with you where it's just like, man, this is a lot for this world. And I think another conceit is like later in the game, it seems like you will get things to like, I saw like there's like a saddle for like a certain type of pal or like those deers, and you can like put those and like ride them around or fly around and stuff.
I do like the purple deer. They just got a good color on them, you know.
Ecthier deer.
Xerneas energy is off the charts.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love them.
Yeah. We have Xerneas at home. Again, that's a lot of these, or a good some of them.
Really happy to know, Mike, that now, as I've wrapped up my Scarlet campaign, I have every legendary Pokemon except Yveltal from Pokemon Y. It's the only legendary I don't have.
Nice. Do they not have that one in Scarlet and Violet, or they just have not?
They don't have the X and Y Pokemon, which is a bummer.
Yeah,
there's one other. They have the Solgaleo and Lunala from Sun and Moon.
Okay.
And they don't have the Sword and Shield Pokemon.
Oh, weird.
I guess dogs.
But I guess since Sword and Shield is on Switch, they want to go like, hey, go buy this.
That was what I was thinking. It was a bummer. I was hoping I could get the other the sword Pokemon, Zamazenta, I think. That is the other one I technically don't have, but that is also like very recent, so I see why Scarlet wouldn't have it. But yeah, like they have literally everything else, but no X and Y, Xerneas or Yveltal.
Interesting. Okay, it's like a proper it's like a proper castle looking spot here. I was gonna see if there's
fort. Potentially just a wall. Is this the castle you saw earlier, just from the other side?
Yeah, probably. I thought there was. Maybe I missed it, but I thought there was like a. I can't remember how I got to a base that I found with dudes in it.
Who built the castles, Palworld?
Yeah,
God built these castles?
Who's the God Pal? We have to get our knockoff Arceus in here too. I wonder if there's one of those.
There's so many God Pokemon though.
That's true.
All right, yeah, this one's space and this one's time and this one's
God.
I
just circled back to here. Dang it!
Find that cave that you found before somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, that was back near my actual base,
which we're close to.
Yeah,
are there evolutions also?
I think maybe there is, but I'm not 100% sure. I've not seen like any of my like leveling up. I've not noticed like what dramatically changes as I level up the pals.
Yeah. I'm sure it's just like a stats. Maybe like the things they can do at your camp also get better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
okay, I think I'm just at the edge here. Yeah, I'm almost at my actual base.
All these pals. Yeah, I mean the world. I'm gonna let you know, Mike, doesn't seem populated with a lot of stuff to do.
Yep. That's definitely like fills in with, like I said, like it's like there's part of this game just kind of feels pretty lifeless, and because like the pals like just like they're fine it like overall, as we've talked about before, but it's like
Fucking face.
they just like a lot of them like this chicken's just like a.
Oh my god, that's just a chicken.
Yeah, it's just a chicken. And just like see,
they just
yep, they just sit there, just like some will like kind of run away from you a little bit sometimes, and like but like I guess we see those boars that like did stuff, but like other than that, it's like survival shit. So it's like, oh yeah, I could just sit here and mine some rocks and get some rocks or chop this tree or whatever. But like I have all this stuff automated on my base now already, so it's like I don't have to. I've gotten to that at least that point, so now it's just like actually like exploring the world and trying to find stuff, and it's just like okay, yeah, I'm not really feeling much with like things in this world, and the stamina slows it down a lot too, so it's like slowly.
It's an early access game,
Yeah,
it's like
totally
feels so much like a 0.5 release.
Yeah,
and to be fair, like they didn't, make any disingenuous qualms about that, right? I think
they said it was going to be early access and stuff,
but it makes me I can never really see what a 1.0 of this game would be like with a campaign, I guess, but a lot of these games don't really have that anyway, so
yeah, for sure. Like a lot of it is just they just need to fill out the world with more stuff. I think will be interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm. Other trainers, again, not sure if it's the right word, but other people to like have pal battles with. Yeah,
or like making it so you can like do that with your friends, because I don't think you can. From I could be wrong about that, but I think it is more just like co-op-y with that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where like that might
the
be
bosses, but more stuff that you can do would be good.
Oh wow, this dude was not here before.
Hey, it's not Bayleaf.
Yeah.
And also standing.
Awesome.
Catch that pal.
Okay, they popped off.
Okay.
Maybe I was doing it incorrectly. I was throwing them. I don't know.
Maybe it's like an aim. Damn.
Yeah, the freeze is strong.
Yeah, I mean it's presumably grass.
Chunky.
That might be
it trapped me.
Wow.
Oh, I don't know if I set them on fire. Maybe I set them on fire. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. That's brutal though.
All right.
It sucks to suck.
Yeah.
Oh, get out! Oh, that's probably bad. I took him away then. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Cool. Yep, I leveled up, so it's level 12.
Once angered cannot be pacified.
And then I can unlock, let's see, what do I got? Level 12 here. Pelt armor, so new armor. Meat cleaver. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I can give the monkeys assault rifles.
Oh, my God.
An assault rifle specifically made for Tansy. Activates part of skill Tansy will enter gunner mode and begin shooting at nearby enemies.
Give that big monkey a gun.
Yeah, Jesus. I guess I'll buy the armor. Fuck it, I'll buy the... What is this one? Some machine gun.
Oh my God.
I didn't even look at that before. Okay, there's like a higher quality workbench. Produce faster than primitive workbench. Okay, there you go. There you go. So that might mean like crafting on that is faster, than the current time I get. So you get that, and then I have a stat point over here.
Stats. I see. Yeah.
So I can do more stamina, and some of the increased things can be determined also by the pals you have in your inventory, I believe. It's like some of them, like having some in your inventory will like increase certain stats.
Passive buffs.
Yeah.
Deal. That's good.
Yeah. Okay, I think the cave was like down on the beach, so I'm gonna keep heading down there.
Oh, your armor is damaged.
Yeah, my armor is damaged. I probably have to go. Oh yeah, I have to go. I have like a bench thing in my thing, but I'm gonna worry about it now.
Sit and fix it. Yeah. You have what, 2,500 gold as well? Is there anything to buy?
There is like merchants, but I have not found one yet. There's like just like dudes out you can go talk to, because I did see a thing about that at some point. I was like, hey, go talk to a merchant. I've been finding like chests, like all the gold I've found has just literally come from chests that are just like strewn about.
I know I'm part of the problem, but I think I might try this after this.
Yeah, like
it's on Game Pass,
It's on Game Pass. That's literally how I'm playing it right now. Okay, looks like the caves do move, because it was like down here. Welp.
Are you sure? There's not one behind you? I thought there was one.
No, that's not a cave, or maybe no, because it's actually like there's like a it looks like a door almost.
Oh, okay.
in the side of the hill. Maybe it was over here. Maybe they move around.
Very curious to see how it runs on Series X.
Yeah.
Probably not great.
Yeah, not over here either. Well, came all the way down here for nothing.
Get to see the scenic beach,
Yeah. Yes.
Take your pals to the beach.
Yeah, your scenic empty beach here. Yeah, you can hang out here.
Get wet.
Go hang out, dude. Let's go in the water.
Splish splash. Yeah.
Nope. Okay. Very, very energetic, as you can see. But yeah, I guess that's a look at Palworld. I don't know if I'm able to find one of those dungeons.
I just love that. I guess that's Palworld.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Like I mean, I'm curious. I'm like the discourse around it is tiring. That's just like what it's come to already with this thing, and it makes it like in some ways, at least for me personally, like I'm less interested in participating in it at the moment.
Sure.
And also just kind of the type of game it is. Like I wouldn't be surprised like if you end up getting it and like kind of like it enough, I would be down to at least maybe like have like a session where we play together or something. Up. And man, that might make it a little bit more interesting, at least in the bare minimum. But like for at the moment, I'm just like, I think I've like kind of seen what I need to see from this game just to like, at least see it and be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
yeah. Dude. This is Palworld, all right. There you go.
That's Palworld, baby.
Yeah, Palworld. It's a video game, I guess. We'll have to see how it goes from here, and we'll see what they do with it, and maybe we'll see if any of the discourse goes anywhere to anything legitimate other than just people being mad at the internet. I have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah,
but
we will.
I think that'll do now for this video.
Thanks for showing me your pals, Mike.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.